Hi, it's the 2nd of December 2015. I was listening earlier to LBC radio here in the UK, popular talk radio, and the James O'Brien was talking about the vote that we'll get in the House of Commons on whether to extend bombing into Syria. And what's frustrating is that no one talks about, the fact that we've been backing the rebels to get rid of Assad for the last 3-4 years. And, these rebels have morphed into ISIS. The West calls them moderate rebels, but in my opinion, and, looking at all the reports on alternative media, these rebels, they came, after they disrupted and overthrew Gaddafi in Libya. They're the same people, they've turned into ISIS. And the excuse of the mainstream media, and I'll give credit, though, to James O'Brien. He is against just bombing Syria indiscriminately. He doesn't think that will improve anything. But one thing he doesn't mention, though, is that on the 6th of May 2013, the UN commissioner, well, it was a UN inspector, human rights inspector Laporta, she reported that the sarin gas attack that killed Syrian civilians was perpetrated by Syrian rebels. So anytime we, people who have some sense, who know what's really happening, ask the mainstream media or, anyone that toes the mainstream line. When people ask them, why didn't we help Assad at first, and they come out and say, well, Assad is a murderer, he's a dictator, he's gassed his own people. But in my opinion, is the UN commissioner, is she lying, or is it not true? She went there and she said it's the rebels that gassed the civilians in Syria, not Assad. So it's quite frustrating. Now, the UK government is saying we have to go there and, bomb ISIS to help fight ISIS. But, they're way behind the curve, and they were helping and supporting the people that have morphed into ISIS. Maybe not completely, but it certainly helped. And, they should have been helping Bashar al-Assad 4 or 5 years ago. They're the ones who started this, and as people know, General Wesley Clark, and that's U.S. general who was a NATO commander in the Balkans in the 90s, he said, clearly, the Pentagon's policy was to invade Iraq, Syria, Libya, Sudan, Egypt, Pakistan, Afghanistan, all in 5 years. That was their plan. And the way they've done that is to, get rid of the regimes by financing these rebels that have morphed into ISIS or ISIL or whatever they are. I don't think there's a difference between a moderate terrorist and a terrorist. So it's frustrating. Yeah, they're going to vote today in Parliament, and the big discussion is why Corbyn, will not vote for it. But in the end of the day, if we hadn't, as part of NATO, financed and supported the Muslim rebels in Libya or Syria, we wouldn't be having this problem today. And I'm not making this up. You can check in the Daily Telegraph, 6th of May 2013, Google UN inspector, human rights inspector says Syrian rebels were responsible for the gassing of Syrian civilians. Very simple. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.